Last month, Jio announced a 70,000 crore merger with Disney, a deal that will give Reliance a monopoly-like power in India's massive online entertainment industry. A calculated business move to control 85% of India's streaming audience, 60% of the Indian media landscape, and about 30% of the OTT market share. A masterstroke by Reliance to create an OTT monopoly that becomes impossible to ignore. It's the execution of a precise 3-part playbook that Mukesh Ambani already used once with Jio Telecom. Now he's applying the same formula to take over your entertainment. Now before we begin, welcome to GrowthX. We are a community of 4,000 members from India's top technology companies. Also, we are now part of the 01 network by Zerodha. Now let's get back to the episode. You have likely seen plenty of content explaining the context behind this merger. So we won't go over there. Instead, let's focus on key insights. The first question that comes to mind when you hear about this merger is, why did Hotstar merge with its biggest competitor? And more importantly, even after taking away major assets like IPL and HBO, why would Jio Cinema want to acquire a company that's never been profitable? Let's break it down. Look, despite being in the country for over 8 long years, Hotstar didn't make a single rupee in profits. And by 2022, when Disney's global revenue was 650,000 crore, its Indian business made 3,200 crore. That's 0.5% of Disney's overall business. So for Disney, it makes little to no sense to divert resources and focus on India when it can make 10x average revenue per user in the West, in the US for example. Plus, nobody understands Indian market better than the mighty Mukesh Ambani. So Disney can legit take a backseat while leaving the hefty work in the hands of Reliance. It's a classic game of if you can't beat them, join them. Plus, Jio got its hands on 3 crucial assets that Jio couldn't easily build. First is the daily engagement content. Sports and serials are 2 media products that have a high user frequency in India. Reliance acquired the streaming rights to one of the biggest sporting events in India, which is the IPL. But see, IPL is a seasonal experience, and IPL doesn't have a consistent frequency across the year. That's why hundreds of serials, sporting events like Kabaddi, football, categories like Big Boss and Coffee with Karan create the perfect balance for an OTT product that can build daily watching habits. Second is the battle-tested infrastructure. Jio has faced a lot of criticism for its poor streaming quality and cluttered UI for a while now. However, that was never the case with Hotstar. During the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup in 2023, broke records with 4.3 crore live viewers on Hotstar. That's 5 times the biggest live streaming ever done on YouTube. And third is the access to a premium subscriber base. And by the end of 2024, Hotstar maintained roughly 40 million paid subscribers, giving Jio Cinema a premium revenue stream worth approximately 2,500 crore every year. Now that we have a good context on the upside of this transaction for Jio, let's talk about deeper insights into the pricing model, content, and revenue models Jio is going to use. Now, we'll get into that, but before we do, I want to take a moment. If you're somebody in product, marketing, or a business role, and you're trying to grow your career by solving real business problems, our Advanced Growth Strategy program is built for you. Over the 4 weeks of this program, you will learn how to acquire customers, how to onboard them, how do you drive repeat customers, and more importantly, how to really monetize customers, that too at scale. You will learn all of this through case studies, real-world projects, and a community of 4,000 top leaders in India. And not just that, you'll also learn from top marketing, product, and strategy experts every single week. A lot more to unpack. The link is in the description. Let's go back to the models Jio is using. The first is the pricing strategy. Here, Jio Hotstar is doing exactly what Jio did with telecom, using aggressive pricing to disrupt the market. See, India has about 650 million smartphone users, and 80% of the people watch OTT content only on mobile. With mobile plans as little as 50 rupees per month, Jio Hotstar is making itself the go-to streaming choice for millions of Indians. And all of these Indians consume content on their phones, something that no other platform can match at this scale. Just like Jio's success in telecom, Mukesh Ambani's approach here is simple. go massy, tap into every corner of the country, and then scale up. Second is the hybrid revenue model. I'll explain. Unlike Netflix and Amazon's subscription-only model, Hotstar is sticking to Hotstar's playbook, which is AVOD plus SVOD. Now don't worry, let me explain what AVOD means. AVOD means ad-supported video on demand, where users like you and I watch for free with ads, and the platform earns from advertisers. On the other hand, SVOD is when users pay for an ad-free experience and exclusive content. The logic is very simple. AVOD pulls in the larger audiences with free content, keeping ad revenue steady, while SVOD provides stable, predictable income. In India, ads are part of the viewing experience. So AVOD works without alienating users. The Indian OTT market saw 21% growth in AVOD, while SVOD declined by 2%. This is exactly where Hotstar has a huge edge over Netflix and Amazon Prime. And third is the content library monopoly. Yes, I said the word monopoly. Open the Hotstar app right now and you will see they have got something for every age group. 120 plus TV channels, 3 lakh hours of content, and all the top tier assets. That's a massive audience to monetize. Now let's talk money. Sports, especially cricket, have always been the revenue and viewership giants. With this joint venture, they control 80% of the OTT sports market. And it's not just IPL. They have locked in the ICC tournament, the Wimbledon, the Pro Kabaddi, the ISL. They have shut down competitors from premium sports content. Advertisers have no choice but to go through them, giving Hotstar full control over advertising pricing and revenue. Plus, as people get tired of juggling multiple subscriptions, Hotstar becomes the one-stop platform, increasing, of course, user stickiness, but also giving a huge edge for Hotstar. Now let's talk about the ultimate moat Reliance has here. Reliance's mission has always been access first, affordability follows. They did it with Jio, offering free calls and dirt cheap data. Today, with 480 million telecom subscribers, Jio is one of India's biggest distribution networks. In this ecosystem, users have 2 core needs. One is connectivity, which is data and calling. But the second is entertainment. By bundling both of these, Hotstar locks the users in. In India's hyper-competitive telecom market, users switch between Jio, Airtel and Vodafone over small price differences. But when OTT is tied to your mobile plan, users are less likely to leave because if they switch, they will lose access to entertainment. Now, instead of burning crores on Google and Facebook ads, Hotstar can instantly tap into the Jio Telecom's massive subscriber base. Also, if you look at the major reason Hotstar couldn't be profitable is because the sheer cost that they had to incur of this owning these expensive assets like IPL. Like for example, on IPL, they spent 16,000 crores to acquire the rights, but they hardly earned 8,000 crores between 2018 and 2022. To add to that masala, India's price-sensitive market forced Hotstar to keep the rates low. Plus, this audience that is coming has a very low average revenue per user. That means the total number of revenue being generated through ads divided by total number of users watching those ads. That was just $0.6. Just for some context, this is almost 10 times lower than Disney Plus's global average of $6 as an ARPU. But now the question here is, how will Jio become profitable with the same expensive content, similar SVOD AVOD model, and even lower pricing, 50 rupees per month, remember? See, you need to understand that the entire reason Jio is able to pull this off is the massive size of Reliance as a conglomerate. If you look at it, Hotstar has always functioned like a pure play media company and made money from its content, whereas Reliance has N number of products to sell you. So even if they initially struggle to break even or even make money, they have hundreds of other businesses and deep pockets that could sustain all of this. Now, this is something that no other OTT company, media company in India can afford. I think I made my point. Now you know everything there is to know about one of the biggest deal of this decade. Also, you will definitely love our last video we made on Tesla's India entry. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.